Hello and welcome to another edition of Son of Kaiju Review. I'm Protomet.
I'm Tank.
And today we'll be taking a look at the third Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic Park III. It doesn't have a fancy title like literally all the other Jurassic Park / World movies.
Well, because they knew this one was going to be bad.
Yeah, but they know that the new ones are bad too, but they still gave them subtitles.
Yeah, they did, but they thought they were going to be good when they first got them out.
That's debatable.
Yeah. Still curious about Rebirth, though.
I hear it's mid, but I haven't seen it, so...
Me neither. The person who usually gets us down there, his schedule is not matching up with ours.
It's probably out of theaters now at this point.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
It wouldn't be the first time I've missed watching a Jurassic World movie in a theater. In fact, the last one I actually saw in theaters was Fallen Kingdom, but we've already done a podcast talking about that over on another channel.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But today, we're taking a look at a third movie in a series that peaked at the first one.
I don't know which one I'd prefer to watch. Lost World or 3.
Lost World for me, absolutely. I mean, it at least tries.
Yeah, and I like the characters a little bit more in that one than I do in this one.
This movie feels like a spin-off comic. And not in the interesting way that Dominion does.
Yeah. Well, Dominion had help. Like, with the other... the comics / Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory. Those make more sense.
Yeah. So the movie starts with this kid on a boat going parasailing.
Yep.
With a family friend.
I think it was the new boyfriend.
I mean, it's possible that the parents only ever mentioned that it was a friend of the family. So.
Yeah.
But they're in a restricted area of Isla Sorna. The one from the second movie.
Yeah, where there are no gates and they're just walking around.
Unfortunately, the captain of the ship pulling the parasail
got eaten.
Yeah. And so the kid and the family friend get stuck on the island. Jump cut to Alan Grant at a symposium or some such.
No, before that, he's at Miss Adler, or not Miss Adler. I don't know.
Oh, he's at God, I knew her name. Sadler.
Yeah.
Dr. Sadler's home.
Yep, where she's married and has a child, and he's trying to explain to the young kid that those are herbivores.
Triceratops are herbivores. They wouldn't be fighting with a carnivore like that.
But he's got two Velociraptor little figures.
And Ellie Sadler is like, Grant, he's 3.
Well, remember in the first movie, he didn't care for kids, but then he got to like 2 of them, and now he's trying to somewhat talk to a toddler, maybe? Yeah.
So yeah, anybody who is shipping them, including you, people who wrote the comics, the two don't end up together.
Nope.
Like, they really pushed those two characters together in the comics.
I swear they were dating in the first movie.
You could argue that.
Or they were just very, very close friends.
I'm actually trying to remember how it's handled in the book.
They're not a couple in the book. I don't think. They're just friends. I think
it's been so long since I've read the books. But But anyway, Grant later goes to a symposium where he's talking about raptors and trying to drum up support for helping to pay for the paleontological efforts of his team because they need funding.
So then the host of the thing, asked the audience to ask.
They open up to a Q&A session, and he's like, "Okay, anybody have any questions that don't have anything to do with the Jurassic Park
or
the second island that I had no involvement with?"
And
I think one guy does ask a question.
I think so.
He asks why they're still doing the paleontology stuff for dinosaurs and trying to figure that out when we could just go to an island and find it out. And Grant actually has a good response because these aren't real dinosaurs. They're basically amusement park monsters created to entertain people.
Pretty much, yeah. After this, he goes and meets his friend
Billy!
Billy!
We should just do that for the rest of the podcast. Just whenever we mention Billy!
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 I'm gonna get naked and take a shower. Oh, shit. Okay, so Billy's pretty much trying to hit on this girl, also at the same time trying to clean a dinosaur skeleton, or fossil, I should say.
At some point, I think Billy gives Grant this 3D printed Velociraptor voice box thing.
Yep. That shows up in the
larynx or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's super important to the plot, but not in a satisfying way.
No, not in this. No, it's just.
And they get approached by a couple who are
William H. Macy and some lady.
Tia Leone, I think. I'd look it up, but I forgot my phone somewhere.
Wow, you're dropping the ball today, man.
It's this movie's fault.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
a fair cap.
They're trying to hire Grant to basically act as a guide to Isla Sorna, and Grant is like, "I wasn't on that island.
The thing
That's
is,
restricted access. Why are you going?" It's like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm a rich guy. I have a lot of connections."
the funny thing is, like, he straight out declines them because he's been traveling already and he just wants to take a break.
It's like, "Well, we'll take you to dinner."
And then he pulls out they go to dinner. Actually, Billy kind of makes Grant.
It's like,
all right, fine.
And so they go to the fanciest dive bar that they can find.
Yeah, that's pretty divey.
It's like, oh yeah, no, they're treating us to bar food.
Hey, bar foods can be pretty good if you have low standards.
That's the first red flag that this rich couple isn't on the up and up.
Even, like, they know something's up, but
they get roped into coming along anyway.
So then we get, after this, meet, like, I guess, the pilots of the plane that also are maybe mercenaries of
like they come across as mercenaries, but they don't really need to come across as mercenaries for what they ultimately are.
They're just pilots that know how to shoot, like, bazookas and stuff, because they blow up a plane.
Yeah.
Like, when that scene showed up where he's spray painting, like, eyeballs onto, like, the thing, I'm like, well, that's going to fuck up your vision, and I totally forgot that they blow up a plane, and it's not the actual plane they'd fly.
They were trying really hard, but utterly failing to bring JJ the jet plane back to life.
That thing can stay dead.
But anyway, they all get on a plane and they head to the island, and along the way, Grant takes a nap and has a dream in which a raptor calls him by name, and that is easily the low point of this movie. Or at the very least, it's the most famous part of this movie.
Because that's like besides that and the Spinosaurus, I really don't remember much from this movie.
Yeah.
They replaced the other T-Rex with a different dinosaur, pretty much.
But when they get to the island, Grant learns that they're planning to land on the island rather than take a few flights around and then leave.
And then Grant stands up and is pretty much kind of try to chastise them of some sort. And then a guy named Cooper, apparently they're supposed to be their bodyguard, and he knocks him out. And then all of a sudden we hear, I forget the kid's name.
The child.
The child of the rich people that aren't rich.
Yeah, it turns out they told falsies to everybody. Instead of being the head of some big corporation with a lot of contacts, the guy is in charge.
He's the manager of the, like, paint and
tile
in some
podunk town.
Yep.
I mean, he and his wife aren't even married anymore. They got divorced. They're just coming to try and find their kid that got lost there with a family friend.
Yep. So they're
like, they promised to pay Grant, but Grant isn't holding out any help.
He's like, so let me guess. Oh, actually, no, it's Billy. Oh, sorry, Billy is going to says, I'm guessing those checks you gave us are not going to be valid, huh?
I'm going to bounce higher than a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Bing! That shit ain't coming down.
Nope. Yeah, all right. All right, so
they get attacked on the island and try to run back to their plane, which gets downed by a Spinosaurus anyway.
Yep. So the two pilots try to take off, and then all of a sudden here we hear gunshots, and then we see Cooper come back kind of bleeding. And then Spinosaurus got a snack. And then,
he's trying to wave down the plane, saying, stop, no, pick me up. And the guy
is like, fuck you, you're on your own, dude.
No, he's like, I can't stop. If I stop, I can't get off the island. It's a moot point because they have to...
It's got to be a driving start until it levels.
Right, but it's a moot point because just as they're getting taken off, the Spinosaurus shows up, so he has to...
Oh yeah, it pretty much...
He has to try and maneuver the plane to avoid the Spinosaurus, which causes the whole thing to go tits up, and they crash in the jungle.
Yep. And then at the same time, Grant tries to open up the thing and well, we haven't officially landed yet.
No, we are in the air. Can't get the stupid door open.
But the Spinosaurus helps them out by knocking them out of the tree.
Yeah.
But actually, first takes a bite out of the front of the plane, taking the one of the pilots with him.
So we only got one merc left.
Mm-hmm. The cannon fodder characters, pretty much.
Yeah. Everybody else makes it to the end of the movie, but not the friend of the family who they find dangling from the parachute, or at least what's left of him attached to the parachute.
Yeah, he's just a skeleton.
And Taya Leone freaks out because she has an up-close encounter with...
And, she gets tangled. And they're like... It's like, stop moving around. You're getting yourself more tangled into the mess. Mrs. Kirby.
Oh, yeah, their names are Kirby. I forgot their names were Kirby. Mostly I forgot how much they don't matter.
Well, they matter, but this movie...
No, they
so...
don't. No, they don't. Don't even pretend like they do. Don't deceive the audience, man. These characters don't matter. They're just the driving force of the plot.
They're not very good versions of driving force to a plot.
Nope.
So, I think at this point they get separated.
They do decide to take the parachute with them in case they need to signal anybody off the island. Also, they've got a satellite phone, which they decide to turn, which they give to one of the mercs.
And it's the one that the Spinosaurus ends up eating.
Yes, but that happens. Yeah, no, yeah. He gets eaten by the Spinosaurus. Then they find the guy hanging from the parachute.
Yeah.
And then they find a nest of raptor eggs.
Then Grant with his famous lines, "Raptors."
So they decide to leave, except Billy decides to secretly steal a couple of the eggs.
2 raptor eggs. And
he claims that he was just taking pictures when he rejoins Grant.
it's like, don't leave me with these people. Because if I lose you, it's just me and the tourist. And the thing is, Grant's never been on that island too, so he's technically a tourist too.
Well, then they encounter the raptors who own the nest.
Yep.
Who wound the last of the mercs to try and lure the rest of the group out. And when that doesn't work, they just kill the guy.
Yep.
Although Taya Leone almost bites it when she gets stuck in a tree.
Yep, she slips and all of a sudden she's like, her legs end up wrapping around or, bending over a branch where she's actually dangling that way. And then everyone, all right, yeah, it's Billy. Billy ends up having to pull her up before the raptor bites her boob off.
And at some point, Grant gets separated from the rest of the team and meets the kid.
Yep.
Who has been managing to survive for 8 weeks on the island.
By eating possibly very expired food and T-Rex pee.
He hasn't been eating the pee. He's been...
No, like, using the T-Rex pee to...
As a deterrent.
It scares, like, the smaller
and
threats.
Grant is like, how'd you get T-Rex pee? And he's
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. Don't ask. It's like, okay, fair.
I don't even want to try to explain how he could have got it. So
then both groups are traveling through the jungle. The kid hears the dad's satellite phone and goes to try and find him. They hear the kid shouting out for them, and they meet up at an electrified fence, which doesn't work. It hasn't worked in a long time. But then they realize, wait, you were following the phone. We don't have the phone. The phone was with the guy who got eaten by the Spinosaurus.
And then they hear the satellite phone, and they turn around, and there's the Spino just standing there, just like, "Rah!"
Oh shit, we gotta run until we can find an opening in the fence.
They do, and then the Spinosaurus can't escape until he just decides to run through.
He just runs through the fence. But somehow a less secure building manages to stop him.
Yep. And then they walk past the vending machine, and
the dad tries to... It's like, anybody got any money for the vending machine?
I only got 10.
Billy just kicks
the plastic spider webs, and once again, we wouldn't be eating any of that.
I mean, I know they're in a desperate situation, but the stuff in those vending machines have to have been expired for for like half a decade.
Oh yeah. But it's actually kind of funny where they try to explain some stuff, but they just end up in a giant bird cage.
But this is before or after Grant finds out that they've got the raptor eggs.
Well, they get back together, and Billy goes, "Hey, you got my bag."
Can I have the bag back?
He's like, no, Billy, I can hang on to it.
I can hang on to it. Don't worry. It's like, no, seriously, give me the bag back.
It's dangerous.
It's like, why?
Then
Opens it up and finds the eggs in there.
It's like, you have raptor eggs.
Yeah, I made a really dumb decision. And for like a moment, Grant decides to just check him out the window, but then thinks better of it because...
If the raptors find him,
the raptors know they have 2 of the eggs. And he's like, well, imagine if they find out we don't have the eggs.
Oh, they're going to tear us to shreds.
But then they try making their way to the coast.
Mm-hmm.
But to try and signal any passing by ship or whatever.
So, at the time, the child, all of a sudden, he starts hearing the satellite phone. So they locate the sound, and of course it's in a big pile of shit.
Well, isn't that after they encountered the pteranodons?
That could be before.
No, because they just got separated from the Spinosaurus and are in their place.
Yeah, well then, yeah.
Yeah, they try to get through this portion of the ramshackle facility and discover that they're in basically a giant bird cage with a bunch of pteranodons, which I think was planned for one of the previous movies, but they just couldn't figure out the logistics of it for the movie. I'm pretty sure it is in the first book, though.
I could have seen that working in like the first Jurassic World movie. If it would.
I mean, it kind of did. But
that's when a helicopter ran into it.
But anyway, so then they have to contend with a pterodactyl.
Yeah. They end up trapping it in a cage thing because he's too big to get. There's water and then it's confusing.
Now, what happens is it chases Grant and the parents to a dilapidated bridge.
Oh, that's right.
A dilapidated curved bridge that's just barely holding on, and with the pterodactyl weight, it ends up collapsing. The humans fall into the water, followed by the pterodactyl, and then the covered bridge, which hits the pterodactyl, but completely misses the humans because apparently they somehow were able to control where they were falling.
They swam in the air while they were falling.
Also, I know Bill uses the parachute to save the kid from the pterodactyl by parachuting.
Pterodactyl babies.
And yeah.
Then the pterodactyl wrecks the parachute, and then Billy is left for dead. Yeah, pretty much.
I think it's about this point that they start hearing the phone going off, and
yeah, because they get to that boat that ends up it's like that the Spinosaurus pretty much F's up.
Yeah, they manage to find the satellite phone. Try answering it only for it to be like a telemarketer or something.
Yep.
So then they shut off the phone because they've only got enough power on it to make one call. Mm-hmm. Then the Spinosaurus starts attacking them on the boat, and they use the satellite phone to try and call Ellie, but they get Ellie's kid, who gets distracted by Barney the dinosaur.
As a kid that age would.
But eventually they get in touch with Ellie, who does manage to use her husband's connections to find a way to get him off the island. By calling in the military, basically.
The Navy and the Marines.
When they make it to shore, they find that
it's just one guy in a dapper suit, and then all of a sudden
with a megaphone is like, "Are you Alan Grant?" It's like, that is a terrible. I just got. Look, were you not paying attention earlier in the movie when I was telling the mother how terrible of an idea that was to be using a megaphone? Except he's got to edge up. whole goddamn army
Yeah.
that rolls up out of the sea.
Mr. Grant, is this a friend of yours? And
Hey, it's Billy!
he's alive!
And then they all go back to the main line, and this movie is over. And why did this movie exist as a movie? Why was it not just a book or a comic or something?
Because I think in that type of way it would be better.
I mean, shit, the comics were better than this movie. The Raptor series of comics from Topps were better than this movie. They did far more interesting things than this movie.
Yeah.
Go read the comics. Avoid this movie.
Unless you're a completionist, then you have.
Oh, right. They also return the raptor eggs to the raptors and then use the 3D printed voice box to basically
confuse the raptors.
Would basically like, hey, leave us alone.
Like,
see, we're raptors too. I guess I forgot about that because it just kind of happens.
I think he tries to leave us alone, and then they were just confused, and then he tries just for help, and then they pick up the raptor eggs and run off for. This movie's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, for as much shit as World gets, it was a more cohesive plot.
I prefer the characters in Lost World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if only all those movies were better.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jurassic World was good.
That's debatable. I mean, I thought it was okay, but generally people don't agree with that sentiment. But yeah, no, its sequels were pretty shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, watch Jurassic Park.
And only Jurassic Park. That's all you need to do. If you want to learn more lore, just read the book.
Or watch Camp Cretaceous and Chaos Theory. Those are good.
Yeah. Because they follow the different type of plot, but also with the main plot of
the world movies. They are better than those movies. By leaps and bounds.
Yeah. I got nothing anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the CGI and practical effects are still pretty good, but they do kind of show their age a bit more than the original movie.
Not gonna lie, when I first saw this movie and I'm like, and I saw that the T-Rex died, like, you killed off the main dinosaur of the series?
Yeah, but only because technically the Spinosaurus was bigger, and thus technically the king of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But, fucking A.
But then watching Camp Cretaceous,
it gets his fucking revenge.
Yeah.
Woo! That was satisfying.
I just meaning, like, I hated the Spinosaurus until I watched Camp Cretaceous because I was jealous that it beat the T-Rex.
Keep saying crustaceous.
Do I?
It makes it sound like it's like about crabs and lobsters and stuff. I understand you mean Cretaceous. Yep. It's just
yes, it's a place where Ebra is.
Camp Crustaceous.
Pinch, 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 pinch. Crab people, crab people. Look like crab, taste like people.
Even that concept is better than this movie.
Yes, so,
yeah, that's about all I can think of to say about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very well written.
No.
I mean, the CGI work is still pretty impressive, but it isn't as wowing as with the first movie, or even the second.
Well, the first, they had an animatronic T-Rex.
Yeah. I'm sure they use practical effects for some scenes in this movie. It just doesn't work nearly as well.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, oh, it's kind of, once you see a movie about the idea of a dinosaur theme park going to shit, you kind of expect all of its sequels to just have the dinosaurs.
Just, how about just dinosaurs in a circus?
I mean, I kind of get why the Jurassic World series had to introduce made-up dinosaurs at that point, because once you see a dinosaur theme park going to shit,
you're gonna see every dinosaur theme park. The second movie the theme park didn't even get made. Well, that
was just like a site for making the dinosaurs to get shipped to the park. I mean, assuming that they weren't, the dinosaurs that were born on the park in the first place. It's like, who knows? Maybe it was the less volatile dinosaurs. I don't know.
Me neither.
But yeah, they kind of had to keep doing this whole kind of one-upsmanship, and this movie one-downed itself.
Exactly.
Like Lost World did kind of one up itself with the
two T-Rexes.
with the climax of the movie,
mm-hmm.
And this movie doesn't.
No, it does not.
No.
Well, I can see why they decided in the next couple of movies to make mutated or.
I can see why they took a long break from making Jurassic Park movies after this movie came out.
Yeah. It's like
shit. Our third attempt at making these movies was worse than the second. What the hell? And then, I'll discuss that more when we actually talk about World. But shit, that.
I just have to say, I probably prefer World over this.
Yeah, but Jurassic Park is still king.
Of course. The OG will always be the best.
So yeah.
If you disagree with me, I guess that's your opinion.
Yeah, if you disagree with this guy, he will accept that you have a differing opinion from him and move on with his life. Think on that real hard.
That's your opinion, guys. That's like comparing Jaws to Jaws 3D. You guys are fucking high. All right, we're pulling at strings here. So
I was hoping this would have ended already. Personally.
Yeah, me too. But we just kept adding things.
It's like, do we want to say any more? I can't think of anything more to say.
But apparently we did.
I still can't think of much more to say.
It's like, the Netflix series, the Chaos Theory.
We said that.
Go watch that over any of the other besides the OG.
Yeah. Until next time, I'm Protomet.
I'm Tank.
See ya.
Bye.